What if we told you that you could understand an entire country, its history, its struggles, its humor, its chaos, its soul, just by eating one street food? Welcome back to Kamikaze Food, where we taste dangerously, explore fearlessly, and occasionally burn our tongues beyond medical reasoning. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another culinary adventure. Today, we're going on a global mission to uncover the one street food that defines each country. Not the fanciest dish, not the overpriced airport version. We're talking about the food cooked on sidewalks, sold on carts, griddled in alleyways, and eaten standing up because the line behind you never stops growing. Our journey starts in Mexico because, quite frankly, Mexico invented the concept of street food that ruins all other street food for you forever. The taco isn't just food, it's a cultural thesis. Corn tortillas date back thousands of years to indigenous civilizations who literally built their diets around maize. But the fillings? That's where Mexico's entire identity shows up. Pork al pastor, a fusion of Lebanese immigrants bringing shawarma to the country in the early 1900s. Carnitas simmered in copper pots, a Michoacan tradition that goes back to the colonial era. Fish tacos from Baja, coastal fishing communities reinventing the tortilla with batter-fried brilliance. Every taco tells the story of Mexico adapting, mixing, surviving, and celebrating. You could eat a different taco every day for a year, and you'd barely scratch the surface of what this country has to say through food. Now grab your imaginary passport, we're flying to Thailand, where the scent of sizzling noodles, fish sauce, and lime is basically the national anthem. If tacos are Mexico's identity, then pad thai is Thailand's public relations masterpiece. It didn't actually come from ancient traditions. No, pad thai was created in the 1930s as part of a government campaign to modernize the nation, build unity, and reduce rice consumption during shortages. It became a food of national pride, sold everywhere from waterfront stalls to midnight markets. Rice noodles meet tamarind, palm sugar, tofu, shrimp, eggs, and bean sprouts in a sweet, sour, salty dance that explains Thailand's love for balance, harmony, and explosive flavor. Every bite is joyful chaos, just like Bangkok traffic. But our world doesn't stop there. Let's jump over to Japan, where street food is a science wrapped in a soul. The dish that captures Japan's spirit better than anything? Takoyaki. Little round octopus-filled balls cooked on a special cast-iron pan, brushed with sauce, topped with dancing bonito flakes. They were invented in Osaka by a street vendor named Tomokichi Endo in 1935, and they symbolize everything Japan stands for: precision, craftsmanship, and a proud love of regional specialties. Every vendor tweaks the recipe, more ginger here, a softer batter there, but the process is always controlled perfection. Watching takoyaki flip on a hot griddle is like witnessing a ballet choreographed by a man with two metal skewers. Next stop, Italy. And before anyone panics, no, we're not choosing pizza. Pizza is too global now, too exported, too studied by people who use the word artisanal way too often. The true Italian street food, the one that Italians eat standing up, wrapped in paper, often while arguing loudly about soccer, is the humble Supli. Found especially in Rome, these fried rice balls stuffed with mozzarella began as a way to use leftover risotto. Today, they're the crunchy, gooey symbol of Italy's genius for turning simple ingredients into emotional experiences. You bite into a hot supli, and the cheese stretches out in a long string known as Supli al telefono, named after an old-fashioned telephone wire. Only Italy could turn a snack into a small opera. Let's speed over to India, because if one country takes street food seriously, it is India. You could spend your entire life eating through its street vendors and still miss half of what's out there. But if we had to pick the one that defines the nation, Chaat. Not a dish, an experience that you feel in your soul and maybe a little in your digestive system later. Chaat is everything India is: bold, colorful, chaotic, layered with history, sweetness, heat, tanginess, texture, and attitude. Crispy fried dough, boiled potatoes, chickpeas, yogurt, tamarind chutney, mint, chaat masala, onions, cilantro. Every region has its version. Every vendor swears they make it best. Chaat is India's edible identity. Vibrant, dramatic, alive. Now let's cool down in Lebanon, where the defining street food may be one of the most perfect foods humanity has ever invented: the shawarma. Vertical spit, slow roasted meat, garlic sauce, pickles, tomatoes, wrapped in warm pita. The shawarma is Lebanon's edible love letter to hospitality and tradition. It's cheap, comforting, and deeply symbolic of Middle Eastern food culture. The technique dates back to the Ottoman Empire and eventually inspired the creation of al pastor in Mexico. So, yes, tacos and shawarma are distant cousins. Food is one big family tree. Next, we're darting over to South Korea for Tteokbokki, the fiery red rice cakes simmered in gochujang that have fueled generations of students, workers, partiers, and people who woke up one morning and chose violence. Tteokbokki started as a royal dish centuries ago, but the spicy version we know today emerged in Seoul markets after the Korean War. It's sweet, spicy, chewy, comforting, and addictive. It's also the perfect symbol of South Korea's ability to reinvent itself through food, turning hardship into something delicious. And finally, let's head to Brazil to wrap up this culinary world tour with Pastel, Brazil's favorite street snack. A deep-fried pastry stuffed with cheese, meat, hearts of palm, shrimp, or whatever your stomach whispers to you. Pastéis were influenced by Japanese immigrants in the early 1900s and became a staple of open-air markets. They're cheap, crispy, loud food, the kind you eat while laughing, shouting, bargaining, or dancing. They represent Brazil's energy: warm, diverse, joyful, and impossible not to love. So, what's the lesson of this global feast? Street food isn't just fast food. It's history you can hold in your hand. It's culture you can taste. It's the story of everyday people, their resilience, their creativity, their traditions, and their humor. Every country puts its heart into one dish that becomes the edible symbol of who they are. And as travelers, eaters, and full-time food lunatics here at Kamikaze Food, we get the honor of tasting those stories. If you loved this journey, smash the like button, drop your favorite street food in the comments, and subscribe so we can take you to even more delicious corners of the world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep eating, and remember, the world is one giant street food festival. You just have to know where to look.